Suppressing free press, whether through censorship, political action, or using the New York Times as a piddle pad for puppies at the pound, journalists around the world are afraid. And not only should they be, I'm all for it. You think I haven't deleted reviews of my rap music saying I sound like a middle-aged woman with a cum-clogged throat? Well, then you haven't heard a 14-year-old me rap on MySpace. But the internet is the easiest platform to block out those with opposing views, like how The Shining isn't a drawn-out sad excuse for a porno flick, and to bubble up with those who share your opinions, like how The Shining is a campy, hokey story interspliced with hours of beautifully shot scene-establishing B-roll. But what happens when some cigar-smoking future whale and his robot pal put a hit out on you because you've been snooping around a little too closely to their tiki bar dinner meetups, posting your finds in a Tiger Beat type magazine of journalistic integrity? The only thing you can do, blame your publisher and file for workers' comp, then move to beautiful, bustling Branson, Missouri, where I hope to someday reopen the Ray Stevens Theater and streak with my deedle out 3 shows a night, 6 days a week. One can only hope, and that one happens to be me. I'm James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. Oh, guys, my name's James, like I said, and this is Mostly Speaking Sentai, the only podcast where we are brave enough to speak the truth. The truth is, Stanley Kubrick is a fucking bitch who makes long, drawn-out friggin' movies, and I'd love to hear our guest take on that, but first, let me introduce my queen, my bride to never be. No, why won't she propose? We'll find out never.
On Engage with Nicolas Cage.
We have Nicole Jacobs.
Oh, hello.
How have you been this week?
I was just telling our guest, who I already forgot his name.
Taylor, or wait, I can't. Yeah, just you
Not
didn't
introduced.
Even. Yeah,
I
you
could have saved face.
Yeah, you
by
could
just
have.
Not saying
oh my
that,
God, yeah.
and then waiting till you said it later on.
You could have just said our illustrious guest,
our boisterous guest,
handsome guest,
voluptuous guest,
mommy-like. Quick thing, guest, you can speak on this. Does your mom call you handsome?
Yeah. It's pretty rare, but, it's definitely happened before, I think.
Pitted between you and your sibling, who do you think she finds the most handsome? Like, who is the most to find the wife that she will get grandkids from?
Oh, that's a multifaceted question there.
If
we're talking strictly who's the most handsome, I'm going to say myself.
Yes, okay. Nicole, please continue with your week.
Oh, wow. Okay, my week was dealing with our new cat, Socks. He's cute, but also an asshole. The ceiling got cut open because it's been leaking again still.
I wouldn't say again. It's just still been leaking.
Let all the mold spores out, and then they brought in a thing, and it was super fucking loud. And I had a headache for 2 days, and then I got an endoscopy, and it was super fun. Not really.
Endoscopy? More like indicami. Blazing sativa.
I don't like it.
It's weed stuff. Nicole, speaking on the cat, we've talked in passing about me doing mean Jampy, where 2 days a year I'm mean to you to balance out, to let you know, like, hey.
And you use it to just threaten me daily.
But I think I no longer need that because Socks kind of is the mean Jampy now.
Sure.
Like, he balances out. However, you just sometimes ignore him, it feels like, and then I have to play with him when it's like 8:30 in the morning and you're still zonked out.
Do you mean just sleeping?
Yeah. It's
not ignoring, that's sleeping.
That's my posting stuff as promotion on the social media and watching internet pornography time. And now I got to deal with this cat.
Not my fucking problem.
It is your problem. It's your cat. I could be jaying off, but instead he's like trying to claw up a door because there's a he could just go around it. It's not closed, and there's a pipe cleaner on the other side that he's trying to get to.
Okay.
By
that's
going
really
underneath the door.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see some really cute boobs and shit.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Masturbating to your Facebook photos.
Yeah.
Nicole. Ooh, that
Got
time
a lot
you did
of nudes
stand up.
on there.
No, that time you did stand up.
That's such a bad photo.
No,
of me.
it is. You're in a skirt and it's hot.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
check it out. I'll post it online.
Please don't.
I mean, it already is posted online. Actually, it should be a public photo because you're tagged in it.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, you got tagged. But it's no longer. We have to introduce our guest, Nicole.
Okay, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know him if you went to our high school. That's I think the only way you'll know him. Or if you were up in Alaska, I believe is where he was.
Maybe if you're a polar bear.
Oh, there aren't polar bears in the north. We'll ask he knows
Maybe if
marine
you're
life.
a big old moose.
He might know meese or mosquitoes. I know there's a bunch up there. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Taylor Pedersen, or we call him TP or Teeps for short.
Heyo.
Oh, wait, you actually might know him from the Super Smash Brothers community. I don't know if he actually plays it or if he just gets bullied into it.
But it's mostly just with the friends.
Yeah, you know those TV shows and movies where someone will say, "Oh, I got to pull you in for one more job." And they're like, "No, I'm out. I don't even like that. Why are you trying to get me?" That's our friend group with Smash Brothers. Because like 3 of them are constantly playing. They have never stopped. And then we go over and I'm like, "I don't want to play this, guys." And they're like, "No, here's a controller."
Yeah, you do.
I don't want to play it as much as them.
I enjoy playing it, but it's just because I don't have a Switch now. I don't have like the at home practice and all that. So the skill gap has just gotten astronomical at a certain point.
Absolutely.
So
you're not playing Project M on an emulator or something?
Nah, I can't say that I am.
Oh.
I might be playing an emulator of like some Super Nintendo games and hitting up Super Noah's Ark or something.
Oh, no.
Weird like that.
Why? What? You're not really playing Super Noah's Ark, are you?
I'll start it for maybe 5 to 10 minutes just to get a good laugh and then turn it back off.
We stream, and after the stream is done, VOD it. Playing Super Noah's Ark is the only one afterwards. I'm like, this is not a good stream. I was just so pissed during the entire thing, and it gave me a headache.
Oh my God.
It's a terrible game. Did you own this game? I feel like...
No, there's an emulator that we got years and years ago that has the majority of the Super Nintendo library on there. And when initially scrolling through, finding all the games and just seeing Super Noah's Ark, I was just like, whoa, what is this? And then do a little research on it, and it's just Wolfenstein with different wallpaper, essentially.
And maybe a fourth of the frames per second?
Yep.
It's so bad. And instead of shooting people, you're just throwing fruit at animals who are trying to kill you.
It was a heck of a time on the Ark, it seems like.
2 of every animal? No, it's a one, or I mean, it's a million of the same animal.
It's all goats.
It's bad. I wish I could direct people to that stream, but I deleted it.
Well, maybe it's like day 300 and something on the Ark.
And the goats have just been fucking.
Yeah, and that's why it's just all goat. Oops, all goats.
Yeah, and goats will eat anything, so they're probably eating live pigs, live squirrels. And they've eaten every other animal. They should start eating themselves. Goat, eat thyself. But they're trying to eat Noah now.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
He's praying to Jehovah for some god magic, but no, just getting fruits to throw around.
Hey, just put him to sleep with a slingshot and some berries. Call it good.
Are we like on the water in that game, or is this like is it day 1 or day 12? I think the flood lasted as that long.
I don't know. I'd imagine it's well into the flood. We're on the boat.
Okay.
Things have hit the fan.
Guys, let us know, how many days was that flood? Put it in a 5-star iTunes review.
Hell yeah.
That game is bonkers, and No one play it. Even out of morbid curiosity, watch a speed run of it, and that'll still give you a headache. It runs so slow.
I mean, Super Nintendo was just a powerhouse of a machine, right? I mean,
it was until you get that. But that was one of those unlicensed Nintendo games by a company that wasn't. They only made Christian media because they knew it would sell.
Yeah, they had an audience there, and you could say, "Oh, it's a good Christian game. We'll make these."
And it's not.
No,
because I think that company made some for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
I'd believe that.
And it was very disingenuous. It was truly, they were on record saying, "No, we're not like a Christian company. We just know that our games will be the only ones on the shelves in these Christian bookstores.
Mm-hmm.
So we're guaranteed to make money off from it."
Smart.
I've thought about switching to Christian rap. I for real have.
I would kill myself.
I think Catholic rap, even though I've never seen people do it, would be very horrorcore-esque because it does have gothic and violent imagery in Catholicism. So it would be pretty cool to see someone do it.
I used to listen to the Christian rock station when I was in high school, to get ready for school, and there would always be rap on there every so often, and it was always fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's horrendous. TP, have you ever experienced Christian rap music?
I haven't, but I almost want to afterwards go and check some out. I imagine it's Christian rap would be similar to a teacher trying to make a rap song.
Oh yeah.
And using the same beat and canter and all that of a Kendrick Lamar song, but changing it so it's about fractions.
Yes, this is exactly what it's like. Because I think it's still a disingenuous thing where God overthrows the art, making sure the message, the word of Christ is being brought. I feel so weird that we're getting into this, but actually, no, I'm not getting into Christianity. I'm getting into rap music right now, a thing I feel so powerful about, where rap music is it's more punk rock than punk rock because literally anyone can do it. You can buy the cheapest microphone. You could even just have two tape recorders set side by side, one playing the beat and one recording the beat going out of the tape recorder and you rapping, and make a rap song out of that. So Christians are oh, well, it's easy to produce and we can get the word of Christ out and make money for our churches. It's a win-win for everyone besides the rap community. Please at least take time and effort. Or don't just make rap to make rap. Be enjoying the rap instead of doing it for other.
It's never they actually are telling a story. They're just saying how awesome God is.
Yes, or saying...
Whereas Christian rock, I mean, there's stuff that I was listening to, Demon Hunter was on there, which is not what you would expect.
Yeah, because Christian rock, I think, has this extremism, which or not extreme, extremism, not cutting people. Yeah, not cutting people's heads off extremism. Or worshiping Trump.
But I'm just saying rap music just needs to take a note from those musicians.
Yeah, but
as far as actually putting in the effort for the art as opposed to just having, using it as a vessel to send your message.
Yeah, and TP can speak on this because you're into metal.
Mm-hmm.
I think once Christian rock became hey, this is something they have bands in youth groups that do Christian rock. Well, teens still want to rebel, even if they're I still love the Lord, but I want to rebel against my parents. They have to then do heavy metal. Once that's fine, we have to do death metal just about Jesus and so on and so forth.
Is that a genre in there? You're wondering? Because I haven't heard any of the sort of Christian heavier stuff, but I'm sure that
Demon Hunter is, right?
I don't know what genre specifically that would be put into. I can Google it really quick if you want.
I think it's stuff like Mastodon, but Jesus.
Okay, yeah, because I know that there are some bands that like they'll mention that they're like, we are religious, but it's not like a main thing in the songs or the material that they're about.
Like Cardi B, dude. Sex is a religious thing to me, so
rock, heavy metal, thrash metal, alternative metal.
Alternative metal is just anything.
It was a lot of adjective and then the word metal.
Okay. Sludge metal.
All right.
New
grime.
Metal.
Oh man, I love new metal. Ooh, wah, ah.
Oh my God.
New metal was a great thing.
NU, baby. New York University.
Man, that was like my least favorite thing working at. Actually, probably not. One of the things I didn't like working at Reckless Records was just like bands that spell their names fucking weird. I wish I could think of an example, but they would just like come up to me and like say it. Like I don't know. It was like
Kings.
No Worries or something. They would be looking. They're like, "Do you have anything by No Worries?" And I'd be like, "Okay," and I'll like search it, and I cannot find anything. And they're like, "Oh, well, the O's are X's," and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" How am I supposed to know that?
Right.
Brad's group with Phil, they were on the first Mostly Love and Lucha. And when I introduced them, I was like, part of the band God Hates Us. There's an X in there. You figure it out.
Yeah, I could see that, just throwing in random letters, or it's like, oh, it's got a U and an umlaut over top of this.
And trying to search that shit when like, it's not intuitive like Google. It's like it has to be exactly how it's spelled or nothing will come up.
Yeah.
Former guest, many-time guest, Nick Foster. He frustrates me so much because his rap name is Nick period. Like, hey, I'm just Nick period. But he spells it Nick and then one period. Trying to find that because like periods aren't part of the search algorithm in Spotify or any music things. Now, if he spelled out period, it would be so much better,
right
Nicholas.
There. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, like there's the band 3. It's just the number 3. Trying to find that is very difficult because then you just type in 3 and that's just like songs.
3 Doors Down.
And everything else. And
3 Ring by ICP will probably show up.
Hopefully, if we're lucky.
Okay. Let's get into things. You are
TP, you ever TP something?
Oh, nice. That's a me question.
No, I haven't. Nobody ever TP'd my house. The only thing related to it though is that before Halloween one year, the friends that I was at house, their neighbor got TP'd, and it was this old lady who lived alone, and we felt really bad, so we went and cleaned it up for her.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then when we were cleaning it up, she came out with Flintstones push pops.
Fuck yeah.
So day made, good deed done.
Nice.
Hell yeah. And that's why your mother likes you more than Logan, okay? That's why she has more confidence in you.
Rude.
He went to a 4-year university for like writing English. You went to for marine biology. I hope that is correct.
Yeah, but he moved to fucking Alaska.
Yes, because she's like, well, at least he's using his fucking degree, Logan.
What's the thing?
Logan's doing well though.
Makes your heart grow.
Doing all right.
Oh wait, he is.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
He's got a 2-bedroom place on his own out in Chicago, and seems like he's
Talk shit about your sibling.
You want to know what is insane?
We're trying to lift everybody up here.
He lives in this city. I have asked him many times to be on the show.
Yeah.
And nothing. Silence.
Dang.
I've even
have to get after him.
Properly texted him, not just like sent a Facebook message and maybe he never gets on Facebook.
Right.
Proper texts.
Yeah.
I saw him in I was hanging out at, there's this place called the Shithole that
I've heard of it.
We dope. Former guest Kevin Garrity, he runs it, and I was sitting there, maybe cleaning. I loved cleaning that place because it was instant gratification, and all of a sudden, like, I'm hearing someone talk, and I'm like, man, that voice sounds really familiar. I look, and someone's playing Super Smash Brothers on one of the N64s they had, and I go, Logan. And then, like, he looks over to me, and he's like, what, James, what are you doing here? So then we hung out, talked, said, hey, man, you got to get on this podcast.
Nice.
Silence. But
maybe he just doesn't like Sentai.
I mean, he could come on What the Hell Mouth, Hit It and Crit It, talking about Beyblade. Actually, that'd be very fun to have a hometown friend on that insane show that I sometimes throw shade at people using their full names from high school.
Real mature.
You better believe.
I will have to go back through the catalog to...
You got to sign up for the Patreon for that.
Get the all the juicy gossip.
One thing, ooh boy, Mason O'Charzak, we got to get him on because he is fine as hell and we talk about him all the time.
Handle it.
Yeah, probably not. No, he'd talk me up and say I'm a great rapper, and I'd actually no. Then I'd start blushing and say, "Oh."
I'd be like, do you need
just
me to
start
leave?
swooning.
Or...
I'd be like, "Oh, I'm snail trailing over
Ew,
here." Okay, today's guest.
Snails coming out of its shell.
That sounds so good. The scrotum is the shell. I have an innie. What about you?
Oh my God.
Okay, our guest is a marine biologist. Is that what you would consider yourself?
That's very flattering that you would call me that, but yeah, we can go with it.
What do you? I mean, then what do you call yourself?
I just go and I'd count fish almost for my job. I'd go out on the fishing boats and collect data, and the government uses that data to manage the fishery out there with.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, let's start getting into the show.
Yeah.
First, as always, we ask our guests this. What is your experience, which we'll loop back around to marine life shortly. Listeners, don't worry. I brought that up for a reason. What is your experience or love, hate, your relationship with Power Rangers or Super Sentai?
Apparently I was fairly big into it as a kid. We had all sorts of the Power Ranger toys and pillows and all that. And if we go back and watch old family videos, it's like me and Logan. Logan's like pointing them all out and knows the names for those. I don't recall that nearly as much though, but apparently it was a part of my childhood. Since then, it's just been something that I knew existed and I knew was a lot bigger for Super Sentai, but that's about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love looking back. Actually, I love and hate looking back at family videos because there was that one where I started crying and I was like, that family doesn't exist anymore. Divorce.
I like going back and we'll see that we'll just see my dad's like amateur videographer and like directing skills.
Yeah, same.
And what it is he chooses to like point the camera at and like how he zooms in. There's one where I was cheating at a game, I'm sure, and Logan's very upset, so he goes and he walks away and sits on the couch and folds his arms there. And my dad, just without saying anything, just slowly starts zooming in on Logan's face.
That's a joke for just him.
We were rewatching it. It's just a good thing. I need to just cut that section out.
Because that's a joke that will not be... There's no payoff for that joke until 15 years later when that video is rewatched.
Right.
Oh,
I just
good.
imagine that he does that stuff, though, like without... It's just entirely accidental that he makes those, slow zooms in or pans across something.
No, dads are petty when it comes to like kids throwing fits. So I think that is intentional of him, like, look at this little dickling over here crying his ass off because it's also like, why are you crying, Logan?
Because he lost, because I beat him in Elefun by cheating.
No, that's the thing, is like, oh, this is not a victory for him. This is a victory for me because he cheated.
No, he didn't cheat.
No, TP cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Logan shouldn't be crying.
Why?
Because he's like, oh, well, at least I played the game well and he cheated, you know? Like, Trump shouldn't be crying right now. He's the one who should have won.
Someone who cheats because you just want to have fun, and then the other person cheating just fucking wrecks it.
My brother would do that, but he would cheat, but then take back the cheat. So constantly while playing Monopoly, throughout the entire thing, he, like, all of a sudden, he'd hand me $120 and he'd be like, I took this from you, like, so long ago. And then I'd be like, Jesus. And then in the same game, he'd be like, here's $340. I took that from you a very long time ago when I took the 120 as well. So
it's not really cheating. It's just fucking with you.
Unless it was like, oh, well, I can't buy this. I don't have enough money.
True.
And then...
Yeah.
The timing for it
could be. Just taking a
loan
loan from you.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I don't want to pay that interest rate.
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm terrible with it. Okay, so Power Rangers. Every single season, also a Sentai. The big bads, they usually have a theme. So this time they do not. It's just like future people. But sometimes they're like vampire-looking people, moon people.
Well, they're robots.
Who is?
You said that the evil people.
Well, no, because there's a whale and a woman and a robot.
I thought the putties are robots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
So, if we were to follow this format where there's the main boss, there's their right-hand man or woman, and then maybe like two cronies. If their theme was marine life, which fish or animal who lives in the ocean and lakes would you fill in those four categories?
Well, I mean, if I'm thinking big bad, I'm thinking like an orca.
Oh, hell yeah.
As far as, like that. A right hand would probably be just some sort of, maybe a bottlenose dolphin, kind of nearby, similar style there. And then cronies, I'm just imagining them as being like some sort of crab, maybe. Was it, I think, sea spider?
Oh, I don't even want to look this up.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm thinking of, sea spider. It looks like something almost out of like Alien or something like that. It's like, imagine a crab, but take, instead of the large round body, just extend everything. It's just...
I hate it.
I'm not thinking it, but I made an audible, ugh. I'm trying not to think about this. So I realized that who would the Power Rangers be like? Who would want to destroy marine life? But I guess we wouldn't need to be like people who love to pollute, like they're capitalists. But right. I think just like, hey, we're trying to take over the land. We're of the sea, and it would just be land people, Some
Aquaman shit.
Yeah. You ever been on a boat and a whale goes underneath?
Not like underneath that I would know. I've definitely seen pictures from other observers of just pods of orcas that follow them. Especially on like long line boats where it's just they release like this big line with a whole bunch of hooks that's like miles long, and the orcas will just follow behind these boats, just picking up the discards, or they're just eating the fish off the lines. And the people on the boats really, it's just a whole big bother having them around. So they'll try to like go near another fishing boat like real quick and then take off, so maybe the whales will like start following that other boat instead.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is we should like loosen the laws on whale hunting.
Oh my god.
Not at all. They're a bothersome group at times, but they are majestic as all hell.
If one would float underneath a boat was in, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I would throw up and curl in the fetal position. Not in my throw up, I'd get away from it, but if the boat's slishing and sloshing around, it might end up on me.
Speaking of whales and random like kind of marine facts, the largest like animal to ever live on our Earth, like of the whole time the Earth's been around, is the blue whale. So like I think it's just cool with like you think of how old everything is and like how big dinosaurs were. We're alive during the biggest animal.
Mm-hmm.
That's bigger than a megalodon?
Oh yeah.
That's terrifying. Just think if the blue whale started growing legs. We'd be fucked. They'd be smashing down.
I just
shit.
imagine it's just like it just chooses not to grow legs. It's like I could, but I'll just stay right here. I'm comfortable.
It's like pooping, but with limbs.
And it only has like 2 legs, so it's just really awkward looking.
No, 2 legs in the front or the back?
The back.
Okay, yeah, that's. I think they're more front heavy than back heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's where their teeth are. Teeth are very dense.
Sure.
Nicole.
I mean, they don't have teeth.
I'm constantly falling forward because my teeth are so heavy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm falling for you, Nicole. My head just rushes with blood, and I'm like, my never.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my pee-pee head.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys, let's get into this episode of Super Sentai. First, what'd you think of it?
Starting off after the intro, I missed the line where was it Leela? Was it one of the bads? That she was walking around just disguised as one of the Timerangers. I didn't realize that at first. I missed that line. So all of a sudden she just transforms into how she normally looks.
You didn't miss the line. That it's just
was it? Okay.
Yeah, it's like if you had seen the show before, you'd be like, "Why is he there?" But then once she changes, you'd be like, "Okay, she's doing that." Which
has she always been able to do that?
That's my note. She has these shape-shifting abilities to shapeshift into other people. However, she says, "Hey, this is what the Red Ranger looks like." But speaking to this sniper, this hitman, there's a girl one, a skinny one, a big one, and one of them's got blue hair. However, he no longer has blue hair because it is constantly changing colors. But can she turn into all of them? Can she not? Can she turn into other things? What is making her...
I don't know. We have no idea how this works.
Shape-shifting ability. Maybe it's not shape-shifting. Maybe it is... Like, they put a hologram over her?
Maybe, yeah.
Some sort of illusion?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a new layer that we're getting into.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just never explained.
I believe it's not. and like, never even brought up.
Yeah.
Because, she can, like, change out of her clothes really quickly into new ones, you know, like magical girl style. Mm-hmm. And... the whale Dull Narrow does have a human body form. Mm-hmm. So maybe people from the planet they're from are shapeshifters?
Could be.
They're like Merlin or a gold dragon.
But I feel like wouldn't they just shapeshift and not be on the run?
Yeah, if she can shapeshift, they don't need all these other people. There was also someone who could shapeshift. That was their, 5 episodes back, who was the jewelry thief.
Yeah.
You have the perfect disguise.
Yeah. Be lucky you haven't... You don't know what we're arguing about because you'd be like, yeah, man, I'm pissed too. All right, that was my first note, but we immediately see our bad guy, Sniper Reiho, and they're cool. It's a female sniper. She's like, I'm gonna shoot these motherfuckers for $7 million apiece.
Got purple leaves.
Purple leaves?
Yeah.
On her, like, hair?
Yeah, all the places.
Yeah, like her whole body.
Whoa, she's covered in leaves like poison ivy?
Yeah.
Or like me in the fall time when I'm jumping in people's leaf piles.
Sure.
I push a kid out of the way and say, this pile's for me.
One time I jumped in a leaf pile and the spider crawled out, so now I'm scared.
I thought you were going to say, I jumped in a leaf pile, but it was also covering bricks.
Owie.
Is this some Looney Tunes sort of thing where she goes like after she like dives in, like then breaks apart like into a bunch of little pebbles?
Yeah. Nicole does that all the time. I'm constantly reforming her. Thoughts on jumping in leaf piles?
Just childhood fun.
All right. I saw a kid just like maybe like 2 years old, like violently excited to jump in a leaf pile. And the dad was just reforming it over and over again. On one of my walks in Chicago, he was just like, yeah. And I feel like he wasn't jumping. It was just like flopping down with like a force.
Entertain that kid for hours.
Yeah, tucker him out. Oh my God, Nicole, that's what you should do with socks. Just get some leaves in here.
Bring a bunch of leaves in here?
Yeah, throw them in the tub. He goes in the tub sometimes.
No.
They'd get wet, though, because our tub also leaks.
Everything leaks.
Ooh, I'm soaking wet. You got any notes? Or did you take notes?
I had like a couple, but I mostly just felt bad for this poor photographer.
Oh, she deserved it. She was snooping too hard.
Just getting smacked around by everybody. By the Rangers, the bad guys.
She did the bad guy. She does not deserve it. The Rangers, though, she did because she put an entire town into danger in that flashback where she got slapped because there was a bad guy who put out like radio waves that made people violent, and an entire town would murder each other every time he would do this. And she like to take pictures. She's like, "Hey guys, I'm in the background." Hee hee hee. And they're like, "Get out of here."
Yeah, this is not the first time she's fucked shit up.
Yeah. This is her trying to get the scoop, trying to be the next Pulitzer Prize winner.
And just going about it all wrong.
Yeah.
All right. I don't feel as bad then. Thanks for that.
But we see that she doesn't want to do that anymore because that editor person was like, "You gotta do this more," and she's like, "No, I didn't tell you could publish those pictures." So
she's just like, "I'm getting out of the game." She's like, "I'm putting you back in for one more job."
Yeah. So then the episode is mainly based around just her crush on Domon, who she thinks is Ayase.
Yeah.
Which I can't remember how she got that mixed up, but yeah.
I think it was just she saw the most handsome man and said, "Well, it's got to be him."
Maybe.
It's got to be ham.
It's got to be ham.
Oh, man. I wish I could eat ham still, but you know me. I'm afraid of pigs.
So she gets kidnapped by the sniper because the sniper is like, "This lady knows the Timeranger, so I'm going to kidnap her." And that's how she gets kidnapped.
If someone were to put a hit out on you, I'm not saying you've done things that you haven't done in your life. Your life is currently the same as what you do today. What would they be putting a hit out on you for?
Being a dumb bitch.
Teeps, what about you?
It'd probably just be some just dumb joke, like not even like a joke in poor taste.
Counting too many fish.
But just something like, what's the difference between people in Dubai and Abu Dhabi? People in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people in Abu Dhabi do.
Piss.
That's good. That's very good.
I said that once, and a friend of mine just looked at me just very disappointed.
Sean Marciniak on the last talking about Beyblade said, like, "James, please don't say that. You've already said so many things to get on FBI watch lists in jest." It's the stuff that I either like the jokingly pro-Trump things I say, or like the anti-Trump things. In earnest that I say. Either person, if you misinterpret what I'm saying, would be like, "He's getting a hit out." I think that. Me always talking how Snowden needs to stay where he is. He's a traitor to our country. I don't know what Snowden did. So I have no opinion on it. But I'm guessing it was good that what he did.
He did some things.
I don't fucking know, dude.
I mean, he doesn't have, plant-based snipers coming after him though.
Oh yeah.
Traveling through time from. What was this sniper? Was she like from the 30th century?
Yes.
Okay.
Her, the bad guys, and then everyone besides the Red Ranger are from the 30th century.
Okay.
And they're currently stuck there because their time machines broke because the Timeranger went back in time to
They're
get
stuck in the
20th century.
20th century.
And the Timeranger went back in time because the crime family, the Launderez, were like, "Hey, we could really fuck shit up in the past with our current day technology." But they didn't plan too well. Just some piss poor planning.
Yeah. The sniper, you can see like an elevator, like on the elevator numbers, that there's an elevator coming towards where the sniper is. and she just shoots the elevator numbers to like supposedly make the elevator stop. And I'm like, that's not how that works. That would not happen.
But I think then you no longer have that hope, that anticipation to be will they stop at my floor?
Maybe it was just like, that sound is annoying.
Could be. She should have just like ripped open the elevator doors and just shot the chain, the rope, and then it plummets to the ground. That would have been
way fucking cooler.
Yeah, and then people die.
When I was watching it, I thought it was like, and it like her just showing how accurate she was. Just like, from all the way down this hallway, I can hit even these tiny little numbers.
That is why they did that.
Okay. But also, it's not like it was more than likely just some random person in the elevator. The Rangers weren't didn't know where to go. They weren't on the way. So,
Which means someone is freaking the fuck out in that elevator because they're hearing just tiny explosions one after another. And there's a chance that it could have shot through and severed the rope.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's probable.
The cable.
Yeah.
It's not held up by a rope.
Deadpool and Cable.
Why?
Deadpool.
I mean, Cable is a time traveler, so.
Yeah, an elevator cable. Also, I forgot to mention last time, so these enemies get freeze compressed. That's the prison that they're in.
You didn't tell him this before he watched the episode?
No.
Oh my God.
He went in just totally blind.
I give people the reference sheet for the names, and bada bing, that's it. They're
bad form.
We forgot to mention last episode that they're conscious during all of this. So if you get 170 years freeze compress, you
would literally go insane.
Yes. If solitary confinement makes you go insane after just a few months, if you're in just a tube on a shelf for hundreds of years, you're going to be crazier, not in like a derogatory sense, like you will be more damaged going in. There's no rehabilitation here. It's fucked up. We always thought it was just you get freezed and then maybe you have a dream and then you're out. But that's not a punishment, except like you're thrown into a world that you never knew. Which is also bad.
Kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah. This is all bad. We're realizing that maybe prison system isn't the way to go. Just now from a children's show, I'm learning this.
So Honami, the photographer, has like a bomb strapped to her neck, and the Timerangers are trying to save her. And once they finally get to her, she's like flipping out, so they just punch her in the gut.
I wrote down punch the necklace off, and I was like, we should try that. Like Mythbusters this episode. Put on a clamped necklace and just keep punching each other in the stomach to see if it'll pop off.
That's idea for next stream.
Yeah. We got a camera. People can see us. We even got two.
No.
One's for a close-up of the tummy. I'd have to wear a shirt, though, Nicole. I'm not comfortable showing. I've been eating way too many Oreos.
No one's asking you not to.
You mean people are asking me... Oh, wait, you're correct. Though your grammar was correct.
Actual me.
Actually. What's the worst actually? You work at a comic book store. Has anyone ever done that to you?
I'd probably.
Okay.
The worst thing is having people go, "You read comic books?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just because I have a vagina doesn't mean I don't read comics, you fuckwad. I work at a comic book store."
It's even better because then like you have somewhere to store it naturally. You just roll it up, put it in there.
You know, instead of licking my finger to turn the page. I'm sorry. You started it.
That's fantastic. I don't know if you're...
and I guess I'm just feeling goofy today.
I don't know where there's so many ways to interpret this. It's like how you lick it, you just like swipe your finger across.
Exactly.
And then you use it. Or were you just like masturbating and you're like, I'm going to read a comic.
No,
or maybe you're
that doesn't
masturbating
make any sense.
Watching these muscular men fight muscular men. And then you're masturbating during that. Or are you just like your vagina like a lip grasps onto it and turns it for you?
That one's my favorite. That's hilarious.
I wish, or maybe someone can. Wait,
the other thing that like specifically sticks out in my mind is like totally on the other end of the spectrum is a comic customer like coming in and expecting me to know literally everything, which is impossible. Like I had a customer come in and ask me about if we had a Batman story where there's a magic fish. And I was like, I have no fucking clue. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
That's what Google or Comic Vine is about. That's what those are for. But
so many people just ask Googleable questions, just always.
The only question, and I'll get to my last thing on the vagina, the only thing you should be asking is just like a recommendation of saying like, I like these things.
That's
what
my
would you
favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's, man, and when it's a great comic book clerk, they nail it. I didn't even ask the outer limits, and the guy was like, you like these things, right? Well, I think you would really like the new detective comics from the New 52 where Joker gets his face cut off, and holy shit was he right. But you know how Jim Carrey has control over muscles in his face that no one else does? It'd be cool if someone like had like a muscular like labia and could like make it do the wave, make it do an inchworm deal. It'd be pretty gnarly.
Oh my god.
Make it go like
I'm upset.
I'm not. That'd be hella cool. Go to a carnival and see that in the back room.
Yeah.
Forget about the bearded lady. That's the real talent there.
Watch it like mush strawberries.
What?
Because that's like a sexy fruit. And it goes...
Is it?
Yeah, strawberries?
Not a banana?
No. Strawberries are what you eat with... I'm saying with your mouth, like what you would eat with your mouth. Like sensual, not just like straight up phallic and pornographic.
Yeah, like couples aren't feeding each other bananas.
Yeah. Also, bananas hurt my tummy, so it wouldn't be... that'd be counterproductive to sexy time.
Yeah.
Strawberries, though, also probably not best for my tummy.
Yeah.
Just like, I guess, like, spoon feed me Mrs. Grass's soup. No, oatmeal also might upset my stomach. I gotta get an endoscopy. Eggs might... actually, I think it was the vegetable oil that I was using that was upsetting my stomach. That could because I made that change. I'm so sorry, TP. I've been
no, you're good. No,
I've been eating Mrs. Grass's soup for almost a week now because it's all my stomach can handle.
I feel like we've only talked about this episode for like a maximum of 15 minutes.
So
yeah, that's fine.
I was wondering though, when they use when they have the barrier that they set up around the photographer there when they're trying to before they punch her in the gut. Is that something that they just kind of like a MacGuffin they used for this episode, or is it just kind of okay? Or like that was it the Green Ranger? Is he just like the
techie?
Yeah, the one who's got the gadgets or the thing that fixes the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's Techie B47, baby.
He's Donatello.
Yeah. Donatello knows computers. That's, I think, the
just
line.
rolls off the tongue real well.
No, that's the line from that's the theme song.
I love it.
I believe it's just like he knows computers.
He does machines.
Yes, does machines.
That's so much worse.
Yeah. And then Leonardo, he's the leader. Radical, dude. Because Nicole, name all 4 Ninja Turtles.
Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, and the other one.
Nicole can only ever... It's never the same 3. She can only ever name 3
Da Vinci.
of them. There's this game called Sevens. It's like Password or Pyramid where like you describe a word to someone and that you have 7 seconds to get it. And I will just say, it's a Ninja Turtle. And in this game, all 4 Ninja Turtles will be clues. And I will say just name the Ninja Turtles, And every single time she names all three besides the one she needs to name. And I'm like, the other one. And she just goes, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. And I'm like, who's the other one? Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. The funny one. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. It's very funny. And I wish that has been like captured on video somewhere.
Yeah.
But it hasn't. I think they let her have the email address at the end.
Which is fucking he's like, it's fine, it's my private email, but it like has his name in the fucking email address.
But he doesn't have a social security or anything.
But like she would know like that's his name.
I don't know.
Stupid.
Yeah. He just wants them to get together.
The email was Sion's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine.
And it said
Sion.
Sion.
So she's talking to Domon using Sion's email, thinking it's an entirely different ranger.
Yes.
Okay. So now we just need to get the lady ranger involved in this
maybe
somehow.
She's like,
and
oh my God, maybe she slapped me because she's in love with me. She likes it rough.
Okay.
Nicole's told me to smack her a few times.
No. False.
But it's when you're really high, you're like, you gotta smack me.
False.
You gotta smack the weed out of me, James.
False.
You were too high to know what was going on.
Okay.
Yeah, you've never gotten that high. I have, though. Teeps, you smoke on the ganj?
No, I haven't done that in a while. I'm trying to get a different government job, so I need to be clean and good to go.
Yeah, the government is listening, James. You shouldn't ask him those kind of questions.
They're gonna be like, oh, you passed the test, but you said on the podcast, so
you fucked up.
Mr. Government, if you're listening, where's my stimmy check?
Where's that money? So do they get their what's the name for their big fighting robot?
Time Robo.
He gets sent through time when they need help, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just making sure I'm reading this all right.
Why they don't? Because they have a locker full of all these freeze compressed people. Why they don't say like, hey, we're going to send all of these people who could be escapees again. We're going to put them in the robot, and then when you send the robot back, you can categorize and file these people back into the prison system.
Yeah, why? I'm just realizing this. Why do they send it back every single time?
I don't know.
Why isn't it just there? Like they send it once and it's there.
They need to recharge the batteries.
Yeah, maybe
it's the only thing I can think of.
They like when you go to Europe and you're like, wow, these weird outlets. Just think of that, but 1,000 years from now. You think everything's not just going to be USB-Z by that time?
I don't know.
I'm sure that Sion could figure something out.
Yeah.
He's a smart dude. Adapter.
He knows how to make an email.
He does computers.
Well, no, you're saying the opposite.
That might be the name of the episode. He does computers.
He does machines.
You ever internet date? Speaking of emails and that.
I'm sorry?
I've used using like the apps, done that.
Okay. Or like even back in the day, AIM, did you ever have internet spouses?
No, none of that. I was mostly just because we had dial-up back in that time.
Okay.
So we could be on the internet for 45 minutes before we had to get off and miss a couple calls in that meantime anyways.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. And then your parents are like, actually, I was going to just be like, oh, come on, man, we might get a call from our job. I was going to say specifically what they do, but
right.
they don't need that information out there.
No,
they might be retired.
They don't do that anymore either. They're both retired now.
Yeah, I did know that.
Having a good old time. My dad's just a retired man just playing golf.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And your mom? What's your mom up to these days?
Usually just riding around on the horses.
Whoa.
That they got, so doing the shows there, having a good old time.
She's probably also figuring out a way, trying to ponder to herself how she has such a handsome son and no grandkids.
That's that different time.
He goes, you can't fuck a fish, Mom.
I'm looking for a mermaid.
I had one internet girlfriend who was from like the town over, and we had never met, and then we ended up meeting after we were like in our internet relationship, and I was like glad she was just she was a lot, so I was like, I'm glad this didn't continue.
Well, I guess I'll just fucking leave.
That's not you. You weren't from a town over. You're from same town, baby.
Samesies.
We technically found each other on the internet, so
technically,
but we weren't like an internet couple because it's not like we're boyfriend and girlfriend before we ever met.
Yeah. True.
I just imagine like the two of y'all are talking, and then you get to know each other a little bit better, and then you just realize that you're in the same town after the fact.
Oh,
I know that's probably not how it went, but
nah. I saw that she was at a open house that I was at, and then I looked at her artwork, and I was like, I gots to get her to do a cover for a podcast. And then I fell in love. In love ever since, Nicole. 7.5 years now. Mm-hmm. We're almost at a decade of love.
Not quite.
Yeah, yeah. If you think of how long the world has been around, 3 years is a grain of salt compared to the entire scope of the earth even. Mm-hmm. It's right around the corner.
So why even keep track? Doesn't even fucking matter.
What? No. I want to be a 10-year-old love child.
Ew.
Our love is a baby. And soon it will be a child of love.
Soon it will be Bjorn.
Nicole, let's have a baby. Please. I can't.
Okay.
The joke here is that we're barren, both of us. Hell yeah, dude. High five. High five to being barren. As a relationship, we are barren. As individuals, half of us are barren. Who do you think it is?
Let me just flip a coin just so.
I mean, the one joking about it is the one who's barren. I would not.
Right?
That would be just mean.
I would be like, hey, Nicole, you're barren. I'm barren by choice, though. I just slapped I ripped the door open on a microwave and just stood right in front of it. And it fried my testicles.
Yeah.
Egg style. And now it's fried calamari. That's a callback to you calling it a slug and a snail.
Proud partner of the Tokusatsu
Yeah,
Network.
guys, go to the Tokusatsu Network. You're going to get some great news about things you might actually enjoy. But if you're this far in, you got to be at least rocking with us.
Yeah.
Any final notes? I think I'm done.
Last thing I had was I'm definitely gonna be watching the next episode. It just seems right up my alley.
Yes. I would strongly suggest the first series we ever watched, Dairanger. That one's just fucking dope, front to back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that just like ruins any series you watch afterwards.
Yeah, it is
because it is like the best.
Also because especially like I hate, we're 90s kids, but it's such a 90s series in feel and look that I think that also attributes to us specifically loving it so much. But I guess like all the people who came on loved it as well. They're about our same age, but who knows? And there's some hotties in there. Who Shoji? Oh man, he's so cool. One last thing. The reporter whose name is Honami, she's like gushing over a picture on the street of the Yellow Ranger. And she's like, oh my God, I love him. And you're thinking of me too. Oh, and then these two people walk past and just go, weirdo. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I laughed really hard.
About that couple that was just like weirdo. I just imagined, well, yeah, because she was just blocking the walking path.
Yeah.
Staring at this picture, like, hey, move off to the side if you're gonna go look at your picture.
Story of my life.
Go into a subway bathroom and look at that picture.
Wow.
That's a reference to a what the hell mouth joke TC loves to throw at my face. I once tried finding.
Why?
On a lunch break, I was very aroused and I was like, I need to masturbate. So I tried finding a subway bathroom to do it in. I once was like, maybe at it was a food court mixed with like a metro stop, so it was very high traffic. I was like, maybe I can do it here. Absolutely not. So I think I ended up finding a single stall subway bathroom to do that in.
Congrats. I don't.
At least I'm not like, I'm doing it in my cubicle. Oh, like a fucking perv like you would do, Nicole.
Sure.
Nicole's constantly jacking off in cubicles. In her dreams, that is.
Well, and you're reading all the comic books like that. I mean,
yeah,
it's just the way it goes.
She does machines.
Ask him the questions.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh my god.
You forgot.
Yeah,
about the
they're
questions.
even at top. Hey, if you could time
Way to
travel,
fucking go.
what would you do? And you can throw murder out. You don't have to go back in time and kill Hitler.
Oh, that's kind of. I would just kind of go around and I just want to like see more of the world, but also want to see it and be one of the first people to see that area.
Dang.
For that group. I mean, there's a whole bunch of risk of probably not coming back, but we're just going out and they're like, all right, we're just going to hit the water and see where we end up. I like that.
Like, because, like, do you want to be credited for discovering it, or
not
like
necessarily, because chances are there's some people that are already there.
Yeah.
But like going back and just being like, hey, everybody, like we got to the other side of apparently the world, and this is some cool stuff we found. There's animals that you just run into Madagascar, the Galapagos or something like that, all the wild and crazy stuff out there.
The goats over there are fucking nuts. Call back to the Noah's Ark thing.
Yeah, but wait to
get it.
The goats on the Galapagos?
Yeah,
on Madagascar. Does Madagascar the movie have goats in it?
I have no idea.
Okay. This is probably the best answer anyone has given. It's generally like, I'd go back and get in on Bitcoin. A lot of people have been saying that.
I wouldn't like take this over my other answer, but I'm always just curious. Like, I want to see what Muskegon was like in like 1950.
Oh yeah,
like just after the war, like all the GIs are coming back and like the industry is there.
Super racist.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. I just want to see like the buildings when they're not broken.
Yeah.
Oh, what you could do is go back in time and just be like, hey, people of other cultures, not actually bad. And then they're like, holy shit, you're right. And then
it's the small little butterfly effect. I just see one guy on the street just being like, everyone's just kind of just doing their own thing. Just like Bill and Ted, they essentially ended up becoming a religion with just be excellent to each other.
Yeah. You do that. And then for some reason, Muskegon becomes like the new Ann Arbor. The community college becomes a state university. Baker never even shows up because that's a franchise. We don't even do that in Neo Muskegon.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really call things Neo anymore because it always invokes Nazism or the Matrix.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought of the Matrix, but
I think it's only because we brought up Bill and Ted.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or Neopets. Those, though, they very anti-Semitic.
Excuse?
Neopets. They're covered in fur, but they shave their head and they go, hi. And then I don't want to say anything that they would say, but
some bad things.
They would say things I can say. They'd be like, we're going to go beat up some Irish. And you're like, Jesus Christ.
No.
We're going to get them drunk and then it'll be easier. Except we don't have to get them drunk. They'll already be drinking. And you're like, oh my God.
Neopets, no.
You're so cute. Turn around. Oh my God, that's a swastika tattooed into your head.
Why?
So what's your next question for?
How did we get here?
Speaking of criminals, yeah, Nazis are criminals. I don't even care if you've never even done a crime. You're a fucking criminal in our book. So every bad guy is a criminal. And it's generally their specialty or just like what crime they do. So like Alfred arsonist or Jay the Jaywalker. Those are their things. So if you, either based off your personality or crimes you love to commit, IRL, what would your name and crime be?
Oh, I'd want to just knee-jerk reaction makes you think that it's just something involving some logo or like, graffiti thing that I just put everywhere.
Oh,
I was like,
I like this.
The first thing that comes to mind is like when Bender's like putting up the pixelated versions of his face. Something, because I've got a little alien dude that'll just doodle on different like notepads as I go around, or like if I'm signing a guest book somewhere, I'll put that next to my name.
Hell yeah!
As a crime, I'll just do it on a larger scale in buildings, I guess.
Or maybe over murals, and you kind of hold those for ransom. Like, I will paint over this some really edgy shit.
Well, I was thinking it would just be like Banksy type shit to make money.
That's what I was going to go off next, of cultivating this illusion that you're this grand person who's like doing like really artsy, heady shit. But you're really just like a jagweed saying like, I'm going to make so much fucking money off from this. And that's so that's how you're making money for the Laundress. How would you using this to defeat the Timeranger? Make them huff the spray paint.
Just spray paint into their fucking eyes.
I guess it would just be like some sort of poison canister would be one of that. Would just be like, well, causing a ruckus and being graffiti, it draws them out, and then turn around and toss some gas canisters their way and hopefully immobilize
you could
them.
like spray paint over their visor part so they couldn't see.
And then just
they have to take their helmets off, and you see their true hidden identity, secret identities.
You wait for them to take the helmet off, and you've been behind them the whole time, so they take their helmet off, and they're like, "Where'd he go?" But you already have a gun to the back of their skulls.
Oh. And it's a paint gun.
No, it's a real gun. Or it could also be a paint gun, and when they turn around, you just jam it in their mouth and let it go. And you kill them by drowning them in toxicity. Hell yeah, you are an evil motherfucker.
Up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I like it. Let's go with that one.
I love how this is a writer's room feel when we come up with these.
It's a lot of yes-anding.
Yeah, of just like, no, we could, or I guess like not no. It's like, yes, but we could also do this. Or it's also yes and. Yeah, never mind. Let's keep adding.
It's just good improv, just a bunch of yes and.
Nicole, should we bring back the improv shit that we would do on Car Ranger? No, we don't need to. I think that's it. Thank you so much for being on. Do you have anything to plug?
I've got nothing other than
maybe your Tinder profile.
Maybe your TikTok where you show all the fish you count.
No, I don't have a TikTok. I guess if I'm gonna leave on anything, maybe donate to a local animal shelter. Something, or visit there, see if they need any blankets or toys or what have you. That's all I'd really want to plug.
Hell yeah. Then Nicole, what you got to plug?
Go to darlinghomebody.com for creepy cute stuff like stickers and keychains and stuff. Darling Homebody on all the social media, and patreon.com/darlinghomebody for a monthly sticker or magnet. And you can also like submit your own photos for me to draw a portrait for you, and that will be like a future design.
Hell yeah. Hey guys, tell a friend about this podcast. That's the best way to get that stuff out. Go to the Tokusatsu Network. They're a proud podcast partner of us, and we of them. But this Saturday, if you're listening to this when it's released, January 23rd, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Central Time, I will be doing a 12-hour live stream to drum up interest in my Godzilla-themed album, King Kaiser X. It was released 2019, but I'm finally putting it on Spotify and all of that stuff. The goal in one weekend, the first weekend, I want 50,000 streams on Spotify. So that's what I'm going to be doing, trying to get as many people, as many eyes on there. What I will be doing...
What day is that again?
Saturday, the 23rd.
Cool.
I will be playing games like Godzilla Saves the Earth, some arcade games that are kaiju related, the Global Defense Force, all these games kaiju related. I'll be making a beat for the next King Kaiser CD on live stream, and I will be ranking my favorite from, I think, 31 to number 1, the Godzilla movies, starting with the first Godzilla movie, ending with Shin Godzilla. I'm not doing the American ones, and I'm not doing the animated ones because the American ones, they're good for what they are. And 2, the animated, we got one in, and I think they are just not for me. But please, that will be on twitch.tv/Mostly Speakin' Sentai. Follow us now so you'll know right when I go live. It's going to be a great time. There will also be call-ins. You can call in throughout the entire stream, maybe besides like the beat making part. That I want to be kind of zoned in on it. But everything else, I will need people talking to me. It will be 12 hours. I don't know if Nicole will be on there for the entire... Actually, I know Nicole won't be on there for the entire 12 hours. But she'll jump in. I'll need other people to jump in with me. So please be on the lookout for that. Follow me on Spotify or wherever music is found under Marshland Monster so you know right when it is. And once that comes up, just start looping it. It'll be healthy for me. But please go over to patreon.com/MLM pod and sign up today. $5 a month, that gets you a podcast every single Friday, such as talking about Beyblade, Engaged with Nicolas Cage, talking about Beyblade, the Toku Reading Corner, and the podcast that be. And this month, because there's 5 Fridays, we're going to do a watch along. We have a poll up right now, but it will probably be Casper. It's either Meet the Deedles Casper or the Bye Bye Man. Casper 1995 seems to be winning out. So be on the lookout for that. And if you're a $10 patron, oh my God, you're so generous. Thank you so much. Let's give a shout out to our $10 right now, such as Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, aka The Waz, Orion, aka Defo, who is a rapper under D-FO. Check him out. I'm on one of his songs, baby. Kayla, that's 2 grapes. Duo Grun Fox, that's 2 fox for the price of grun. Tyler Wright, our aforementioned friend, even though we didn't specifically say it's Tyler Wright, he's the one who's bullying us into playing Super Smash Brothers. And Elliot W. at Garlic Sunshine on Instagram. Thank you again so much for coming on the show, Teeps.
Thanks for having me. It was a good time.
Yes, okay. But any last words anyone got to say?
I don't think so.
Guys, if you have the opportunity to kiss an animal wherever it is, just friggin' kiss it. Have a good time. I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Taylor.
And we've been Mostly Speakin' Sentai. Bye-bye. See you in class, bitch sticks. I'm bringing that back.
That's not our podcast.
See you in class, bitch sticks. All right, then I'll bring the... I'll start crying at the end. That's a what the hell mouth thing. Bada bing. And with that being said, see you in class, bitch sticks. That's everything. Oh. See you guys. Bye.
Oh my God.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.